Hi, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot, and I'm here to do your Leo December 2023 video. I have laid out the cards for you already. I have the headphones on today because I had some people report back to me that there was sound issues. So I don't know why there is all of a sudden, but there is. So I got the mic hooked up and headphones on, we're all good. So this Leo video is coming you today at the request of one of the viewers. She commented on, or they commented on a different video that said, looking forward to the Leo, so I thought that's what I'm going to do next. So here we are. I got it all laid out. So when I was shuffling the tarot, these two cards jumped out. Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords. It feels to me like there's some sort of struggle, opposition, arguing perhaps even, going on with another person. It's someone that is close around you. You may feel in the middle of two people, or you may be in one of the two people who is at a battle of wills here with this other person. And you may think that somebody is trying to get away with something here. Someone is doing something devious, you might think that they're doing something devious, or perhaps they think that it would be about you. Either way, both people, I think, are suspicious of each other, and it's not a good situation. I think it's stressing you out, to tell you the truth, okay? This is probably around your home, I'm guessing, because also the Four of Clubs came up in the cartomancy. Cartomancy is the art of reading the regular playing cards. And so this has kind of pushed you to think about your options, okay? And you're worried about which direction you should go in this, at this point, or which direction you can go. You may feel like you have limited options, okay? So here in the main body of the reading, so here again, the very first card is dispute. This is competition. This is trying to prove ourselves. This could be with this situation or with our peers, or in family. We're trying to prove ourselves or feel that we need to prove ourselves in some way. And the competition is stiff, it's hard to get noticed. With all these other people around fighting for attention, fighting for time, fighting for the rewards, perhaps, But anyway, I feel like there was some sort of, perhaps, could have been tension at work, tension at home, in your life, and feeling, like I said, like you have to prove yourself, like you're not measuring up just as you are, not feeling enough in some way. Because this is your second seven, and sevens are emotional, eh? They're about, like you have one here about the ego. One is really believing in yourself and knowing your capabilities and willing to compete and strive. And the other one is feeling doubt. It's quite the opposite, feeling, you don't have anything to contribute, so why should I, kind of thing, So it's these two opposite ends of the scale. But I feel like you have new options coming in, and they may have shown themselves already, okay? Because you have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Cups, and then the Five of Wands. This is a lot of wands here, so there's options coming for you around work, okay? I think that you may be asked to do a specific task where you work, a different task put into a new job. You may try somewhere else, put your energies into something new, because I feel like this is something new, you know? So you may get news which requires you to act swiftly. Okay, you need to do something about it right away, right? And you also may be thinking of traveling or moving at this point. Um, I also feel like there's someone that is giving you special attention, special nourishing. You could be speaking romantically with someone, perhaps online, flirting, that sort of thing. And um, I feel like, I gotta tell you, I feel like you're wanting to leave where you are, where you're working. You're kind of feeling this fight or flight feeling, and you're not sure if you want to stay and duke it out and go through it, or if you just want to wipe the slate clean and start something new. I think you're going to have the option to do either one, and you do anyway. You do, even though you may feel restricted financially. And this is, I think, the Five of Wands is kind of challenges financially, trying to um, maybe get enough work, or get enough hours, or it maybe in transition of one to the other. We sometimes lose a few weeks. So yeah, I feel like there might be, you may have struggles financially while you're transitioning from one to the other, and maybe that's part of your fear, your worry, right? Your concern. But I feel that you are all the same, and I think you're going to be a lot happier. Sometimes we're, we go through cycles, and we're not always meant to stay somewhere. Some people are like that. They can work the same jobs for their whole lives. And some people aren't. We're just not all the same. And because you're fire energy loves change, loves something new, a new challenge, needs um, that evolution happening to feel alive. When things are stagnant, fire needs to move. So anyway, you are going to start planning, I think, preparing. You're going to prepare to move. All right. Or you're preparing to change the situation where you're working or living. But it may be difficult at first because of finances. So in the here and now, the present, you have Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, money, 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 and then the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Very interesting. So the Ten of Pentacles tells me that you're ending a cycle here. This is, in some ways, this is at work. You're changing how you create income, how you create stability in your life. You may be bored. You may feel that you've built what you wanted to with this, and now you want to go on to something new, a new challenge. This could be a whole new career, even, or you could be just changing the kind of place you work for, or where it is. Anyhow, you're ready for something new. You feel like you've completed this cycle. And I also feel like you've been successful at whatever you did. You've gained a lot of things that you can pass on to others and your family, the generations to come. But interesting enough, right after the 10 is the Ace. As soon as you close the one door and you make your decision, you're like, no, I need something different. I don't want to be there anymore. I don't want to do that anymore, whatever the reason. Here's the ace right away. New opportunity, new door opens immediately. And that tells me this is what you're supposed to do. That, you're meant to move on from this situation where you're living, where you're working. Um, and then the very next card, which is all in perfect unison, is the two. And the two are plans, agreements, partnerships. It's also training, especially in this, the pentacles. You could be training or healing here. You, as well as changing, your situation, whether it's work or home. This is helping you heal, and you're going to notice it right away. A change in everything, how you feel. You just feel so much better. So, also, you may be training in a new field. You may be doing something quite different than what you were doing before, and are willing to learn a new skill here, okay? And that's why it might be financially challenging here. In fact, one of your friends or your family could tell you about this opportunity, and they might say, "Hey, how come you're not a dental hygienist, or how come you're not a truck driver, or you should be doing this because it's simple to get in, and it's only cost this, and it's bing bang boom, you're doing it." And that's the kind of thing that appeals to you, the instant, moving forward in this. So your training may come from the King and Queen of Swords. These two people are smart cookies. They're very serious people too. So these could be your partners, your trainers, or who you're becoming. How your energy is changing. And there's two things happening here. The King of Swords is a very serious person. He's very strategic. He thinks very carefully about all of his moves and what he says. He crafts his words very carefully. He is very confident. He wears no armor, not even a shirt. He's bare chested. He's not afraid of what you might say or do. It doesn't worry him because he pretty much knows. He's already not foreseen it, but can predict it. He plays the odds in his mind, and he's thought to himself, well, that's one of your two likely moves that I thought you would do. You know what I mean? This person is smart. They're calculating, but they're also fair. They're very fair, okay, and honest. Be careful what you ask them, because they will tell you the truth. And then you kind of ascend to the Queen. And the Queen also is very serious and smart and strategic, but she's a little more spiritual. She's healed a little bit more. She's able to let go of some of the stuff that she was holding in the vase. In the vase, that's where we hold all our stuff, whatever it is we're holding. But she's able to release it and let it go and just not carry it around, because she knows that it does her no good. You know what I mean? And so she heals. This lady heals. She's smart enough to know that she needs it. It's going to help her. She's a more emotional version of the sword couple, but she protects her emotions. It's, they're not easily visible. They're a very nice person, but still using that wise sword. Still using that wise sword. So, anyway, this is what, because I feel like I said, with these changes that you're making, this new opportunity, the move you're making is going to be very, very healing for you. You're also going to be able to see things a lot clearer than you could before. I think that maybe um, your ego could have been challenged in the past in some way. And I think that you're able to see above that and through that now, the logic and the reason, you know, probably, and with understanding too for yourself when you get to the queen, especially, right? Realizing what you need to let go, okay? So, in the future, which is near the end of December, you have the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Cups. There is a theme of fours in your reading, a theme of sevens, excuse me, oh my goodness, and a theme of, how many? Yeah, fours and sevens. So let's just go with that for now. So in the Eight of Cups, this shows you leaving. You know, this is when in the 10, you may write your notice, give your notice to where you're living, where you're working, wherever, and also sign the contract for the new place, but you may not be there yet, you know. And here's where you leave it. And in the Eight of Cups, we leave, usually this is a relationship, you know, we're leaving something that's intact. We don't have to leave, but we're choosing to, because there's something missing there for you, something that's not emotionally satisfying in some way, and is anyway, it's just not for you anymore, and you know it. Okay, so you're making that's it, you're leaving, and you feel really, really proud of yourself. You know, you're glad what you've made it of yourself. And this is a good feeling after a time of doubt, you know, after a time of feeling wronged, perhaps. You're feeling really, really good about yourself, where you are, what you're doing, what you've been able to establish. You may have an opportunity, like I said, for a new job opportunity or home opportunity. Okay, so somehow you could really luck out here, Leo, and but I think that it is the synchronicity of it all. It was all planned and timed already. Okay, so be on the lookout for it, and don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to let something go, leave it behind, you know. Anyhow, then the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. The Four of Swords is quiet contemplation. This is when we take a break, you know, kind of withdraw from everybody to decide what our next move is. You know, the swords on the ground represent our map of our possibilities of where we've been and where we're going, and also the lessons that we've learned. And this could be lessons in relationship. You may have been hurt in the past in some sort of partnership, and so you've really learned from that. And in your decisions that you make now, you really consider that, those sorts of things. You think about that first. Because there's something that you're not quite satisfied with. You may have been made promises or told, okay, if you come and work for us, you'll get that and that and that. And it's not really, you know, you're getting one of the promises that you were told. Something feels not exactly how you like it, how you want it, okay? And so you may be missing something about the past, something about where you used to work, where you used to live. There might be something that you think back now and you think, geez, I kind of liked that for that place or this place or whatever. I also feel like there is a relationship in your life right now. It could be a love relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendship, or someone with your family. And um, you may be thinking of walking away from this relationship and becoming single, okay? You may take some time to yourself to think about your next moves and what you've just done, what's just happened. And in some ways, you're very nostalgic. You really miss this person. You miss the good times. It could be someone you haven't seen in a while too, and you just really miss them. This could be a recent transaction with a person, or it could have happened a while ago, and that now at this time you're reminiscing, missing them. You might be thinking about calling them. You might hear from this person. This person could be older than you. You know, it could be your mother, your grandmother, father, grandfather. Um, it, they could, they could be older than you. They also could have been going through some sort of a process themselves, some sort of a healing, um, something in their lives that they needed to do or process before they were ready to um, move forward with you. But you may be hearing from this person, okay? They may be speaking about their doubt, their suspicions, their disappointments. You might be able to get all this stuff out and filtered and in a really healthy way. So that's kind of a good thing. But I feel like you're making big decisions, and in January you're definitely taking steps forward on your new path. Okay, you are definitely, you know adjusting the compass. You're adjusting the compass. So in your cartomancy, like I said, you have this four of clubs. The four of clubs is a decision. You're doubtful, torn apart about which way you should go, and this is where you're living, where you're working, okay? But this is the interesting part. 10 of clubs, ace of diamonds, 2 of spades. So you are leaving where you're living or you're working, or both, okay? So the 10 of clubs is completion. This is in the work you're doing. You could be leaving the career altogether and just not want to do it anymore. Done with it. Sometimes when we're done with something, we're just done. And so you may be looking at opportunities, and you may not have to look too long. I feel like you either this is giving your notice to separate, and this is separation. So you're giving your notice to move on. All right. And I think another opportunity knocks before you've literally left, technically left where you are. I think another opportunity. You know what you're doing before you leave, okay? But I think when you leave, you have to do it in writing, okay? You have to get it written down. It's always to protect yourself, and always make an extra copy for yourself, okay? That protects you. But whatever you do, put it in writing. So, then you have the Jack of Diamonds, 9 of Spades, and 9 of Clubs. So this is at the job site, okay? And I'm going to tell you, there's talk going around about your health, okay? People are talking, or you're talking to them about your health or your mental health here. And it's at the job site. You're having difficulty at the job site, maybe performing your duties or something like that. But there's definitely a health issue. You may even work in the health industry, actually. And so there's something that is not flowing. There's just something that is an obstacle. It is a concern, okay, at work, all right? And you're going to be talking to them about it, and working that out. So then you have the Five of Clubs, the Ten of Spades, and the Five of Hearts. So I think you're moving where you live. I think where you live is one of the things that you're moving. You're changing your residence, changing it somehow. You're moving, someone else is moving. I think you are. Fives are change card, and so is this Ten of Spades. So I feel like this is around work again. So there's something changing around your work. You may go down to part time hours before the change, before you decide to leave. And this makes you happy. That's one thing that makes you happy. But it gives you time to pursue the new thing. I also think that you may receive something, or get something that means a lot to you. You may get special attention. You may get, not that you're not looking for that, but you may get special consideration. You may get a gift. But I think it's help for you, for sure, in whatever the struggle is here. Okay, it could be physically, you had a fall or something, and so you're limited to what you can do. I feel like you have limitations, so you might be down to limited duties, part time, something like that. And it's a good move right now because it's helping you make your path, make your new path. All right. I feel like you have the time and the space to do it, and you might even be encouraged. Um, Here you have the Queen of Hearts, the Eight of Clubs, and the Two of Clubs. So again, this is work talk. This is a meeting at work. You're going in for a meeting, probably face to face, I think, because the Eight of Clubs or the Eights are usually face to face conversations. This one is with someone who's very caring, very loving, very supportive. This is a helping person. This could be a blue eyed woman, but normally, and you could be attracted to this person too. But anyway, I feel like they're showing you either affection or support, help in some way. This person's very supportive, very helpful, very nurturing. But it's around work talk, and forming a partnership or having a meeting, okay, or meetings. Um, then you have the Queen, the Six of Clubs, the King of Spades, and the Queen of Clubs. So this is steps taken at work or with what you're wanting to do now. Okay, so the Six of Clubs, you could be getting more work, or maybe getting more hours, ready to take more hours on now. Also, I feel like you're taking steps or training in something else, in the new thing you're wanting to do. And again, we have a king and queen, like the king and queen here. Um, the King of Spades is very much like the King of Swords. Very serious person. Sometimes this person is widowed or divorced, separated. Sometimes this person could be you, Leo. You have to decide who you are. They could have dark eyes, very dark brown or black eyes. Could be dark skin, dark hair, dark features. But this person is hurt. Are going through a difficult time. Could be from divorce or separation. But anyway, they wear their pain or a chip on their shoulder in some way. Okay. And then there's the Queen of Clubs. And the Queen of Clubs is the brown or hazel-eyed woman. Could be a man too. The sexes can be changed in any of these cards. She's the friend. She is helpful. She's very resourceful. She knows how to network, where you can go and when for what, and is very creative and expansive. She can, knows what to do with things, kind of thing, eh? Very resourceful. So I have a feeling you're going to be working with these two people. All right, you're going to be working with them, doing work for them, somehow involved with them, and I think your confidence and everything is going to grow. You're taking steps in your career in some way. There's definitely growth here for you. And then the last card that you have is out of the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Okay, oops. This is a great deck. I have to read a little bit because they're long descriptions and I do not have these cards memorized. And it's worth listening to how the book says it because they're just pearls of wisdom. So, you have visions of life beyond death. And I got to tell you, I think that the wisdom that you gain through what you're going through, the difficulty that you've gone through with whoever in the past here, feeling cheated, and in some ways giving up, feeling there's been a cost. This has come at a cost to you in some way, not just materially with money, but it's worn you down, taken chips out of you, But anyway, and I think this is what you gain from this experience. Sacred vision is awakening within you. You are becoming blessed with the ability to truly see. And you have both the King and the Queen of Swords. These people see the whole picture. They can see all the moves. They're very bright and visionary people, okay? And this is you. Oops. To see what is real rather than what appears to be. This is true insight. As mundane as something once appeared, it could be now worthy of absolute attention. The gift of genuine vision takes you into the being of the universal creator. The more open you are to receiving true vision, the more love you will feel and recognize within and around you. Something may appear to change form, to be shed, to be lost, or to die, but there is love within it always. This realization doesn't remove the pain of the loss. It does provide a way through which it can be healed and eventually transformed into peace. The vision of love, the truth of all that is, can move us more than anything else possibly can. If you've been wondering about your life path, whether you should take action on a project or need inspiration to really move you out of a slump you have fallen into, then this oracle brings you a message of hope. You will receive your vision. You will be graced with a way out of stagnancy. You will be able to see things differently. Isn't that good news? And more accurately. Any confusion or uncertainty you have felt is going to pass and you will be left with clear insight. The stories you've been feeding yourself or telling yourself may end up looking differently to how they appear now. This may surprise you, but the vision that is coming to you will be more truthful and therefore freeing. You are being watched over by life and held in protection. Whatever has been bothering you will not be able to harm you. You will prevail. If you are concerned that someone is getting away with something or blocking your path and it seems there is nothing you can do about it, don't worry. Isn't that good news? Because that is what you feel up here. You feel like someone's up to something that you don't know what they're up to and they're doing something. And so you may be right, but it doesn't matter. The all-seeing eye of life perceives everything without exception. It's the universal mother with eyes, not only in the back of her head, but in every living cell of life itself. She misses nothing. And the truth of her vision will always be met with justice, mercy, and wisdom. This oracle is asking you to shift your perspective and look at an issue of concern a little differently. If you don't know how to do this, simply add the following statement to the end of the healing process. I'm shifting how I look at things, the energy in what is beheld. The energy in what is beheld changes. Um, when you shame when you shame and judge someone, they react differently to when they are loved and encouraged. They may succeed nonetheless, but the journey to that success will be different. Looking at something through the eyes of love rather than fear can help us find our way more quickly, easily, and enjoyably. Your ability to be inspired and see light in all things is unfolding. It must be nourished in your heart with loving acceptance because you are going to help others through your vision, your art, and how you choose to be in the world. The healing process will help. There's a healing process in here, and it's an affirmation and of saying how you are now going to speak very kindly to yourself and give yourself love, and then eventually you'll be able to give that to others too. So be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, and let the universe sort out what others are doing, what they're up to. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about all that, because what's coming out of this is better for you. It's better. Okay. Anyway, Leo, I hope this really helps you. And I want to say happy holidays, happy winter solstice coming up, and then our days will officially be becoming longer. And happy New Year, but I'll be talking to you before then. Anyway, love you bunches. Take care. Talk soon. Bye now.